I really don't like the fact that builder grade is synonymous with low quality. As time has gone on, builders across the entire industry, and this isn't anything recent, but I feel like it gets exponentially worse over time. But builders focus more on profit-driven business models instead of quality-driven business models. You can see it in like the Lennars of the world, some of the Taylor Morrisons of the world. They focus on producing a mass amount of product as quickly as possible, and they throw quality out the window. And this is bad because it actually leads to a lot of other unknown problems. Number one, I use the term builder grade a lot in my job, and other people do as well. People use builder grade is a common term, but it's always associated with something that is the lowest quality possible to meet minimum standard, and it shouldn't be that way. Builders should, and there are builders who do this, but they're far and few between. But the majority of the building industry, uses builder grade or the lowest quality possible to meet minimum standard. Which, I get it. It's a standard business practice. It's what helps drive the most profits possible. But that affects the consumer. It affects the homeowner. It affects the new home buyer, first-time home buyer. It affects all of you. For example, low quality LVP, like the laminated vinyl plank flooring or the luxury vinyl plank flooring, a lot of that stuff, or not, I'm not gonna say a lot of it, but it's been rumored that stuff off gases toxic compounds, off gases, toxic gases, which are not good for you, right? Also, let's talk about lumber. A lot of the lumber used today is not aged lumber. It's not old lumber. It's younger lumber. Younger lumber, which is super hard to say. And younger lumber, or not aged lumber, that stuff is more prone to termites. It burns faster in the case of a fire. It's also weaker in strength. It can't hold as much weight. So those are all problems. And then also, we're talking about low quality materials. We're also talking about the introduction or the increase of plastics used in the home, plastics and synthetic materials, which again, we're talking about lower quality, we're talking about weaker strength. And then the other thing about it is fires, right? If your home catches fire and you have, like every other home, a lot of synthetic materials, your home will burn faster. It's not a question, it's not a guess, it's not an estimate. It's a statistical fact that your home will burn faster, it'll burn hotter, and you are more likely to have a complete burn or total devastation instead of being able to save part of your home. These are all things to kind of think about when we're talking about, quality of builds and quality of materials and all that kind of stuff. So I say all this to say that it really, stinks that when we're using terminology like builder grade, it always is synonymous, essentially, now, like you go to Home Depot, I just parked at Home Depot, but you go to Home Depot and, a lot of stuff in there is quote unquote builder grade or big box, store stuff. And it's just low quality materials that break easier, they break faster. That's another thing. We're talking about braking and how fast you have to turn things over, right? The lower quality materials that are used, the faster you're gonna have to replace them, the higher likelihood that they're gonna break before their end of life cycle. I truly believe that a lot of companies practice functional obsolescence, meaning that they intentionally build certain things to fail at a certain rate, so that way they can keep the shelves full, right? Or they keep you coming to go buy more. So you buy a lamp, you buy a light fixture, you buy something, it's gonna die in 2 to 3 years, which means you're gonna have to go buy something new, which then again just keeps you coming for more. It keeps you coming for more. It's like drugs almost. And then also to make it even more, I mean, it's like keeps going. I mean, this thing goes down like a snowball on top of a mountain. But now we have like stuff, light fixtures, for example, fans. They have integrated LEDs. Well, if the LEDs fail, you know what you have to do? You have to go buy an entire new fixture. Appliances. I talk to every single appliance guy that I know and that I work with, and they all say, listen, older machines are better. So it's kind of like, as a consumer, as a homeowner, what do you do when you need it, when your machine breaks down? Do you go find an old machine, like something off Marketplace or something that's pre-owned, so that you have something that's quality instead of buying something new? Because all this stuff is planned, right? You buy something new, it breaks down early, and then when you go to get it repaired, you're already out of warranty after a year. So there's definitely something to be said about the lack of quality in building standards, in home goods, home products. But it really does annoy me, and I think it really stinks. I think it's something to be said. Sorry, I just got distracted. I thought a Tesla was driving by itself. But I think there's something to be said about, builder grade being synonymous with low quality. That shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case. When you're talking about builder grade, you should feel like you're getting a quality product. You should feel like you're getting something solid, something that's going to last you a minimum of 10 years, right? I know I'm buying a new construction home, and I know it's going to last me a minimum of 10 years. But that's just not the case anymore. And I think builders should be ashamed. I think if you are a shareholder in a publicly traded real estate company or publicly traded builder of some kind, like the big guys, I think you should demand that they focus on using higher quality products and not lower quality stuff. I think you should demand stuff that is not or longer warranties, something. And I think as a buyer, and this is where it gets really important for you guys, as a buyer of new home construction, I think you need to demand that you are allowed to do phase inspections when buying a new home. I think you should, in the state of Florida, right, there is a 1-year builder warranty. So on month 11, you get a home inspector out there, you get the home checked from top to bottom without question. And then you hold the builder, you hold their feet to the fire, and you say, these things need to be repaired. And then lastly, if a builder isn't willing to work with you, which a lot of them don't, and that's bullshit in my opinion, but if a builder's not willing to work with you, take them to the state, the state, not home inspector, building inspector. You can take them to them. They will typically hop up and jump and skip if you get the state involved. But anyway, nice 8-minute rant. That was supposed to be a 1-minute video. That 100%, I can't emphasize enough how something needs to change. Something needs to change, because builder grade should not equal low quality. You should not, when you make the largest purchase of your life, most likely the largest purchase of your life, you shouldn't be building something that's going to have an issue in a year, 2 years, 3 years. You should have something that is going to be good in quality for at least 8 to 10 years. And in fact, I'm working on, I want to get my contractor's license, because I want to be a builder in the state of Florida, and maybe the rest of the nation at some point, but at least start in the state of Florida, where I build a quality product that lasts for at least 8 years, at least 8 to 10 years before something major goes wrong. Because I think that's important. And I would gladly sacrifice profits to build something quality. And I know some people will be like, oh no, that's BS, but no, that's true. That is the type of build that I want. I want a home that lasts. I want one that's less susceptible to a complete and total burn down if it catches fire. And I also want one that's, it'd be nice if people didn't have to worry about termites and things like that. So, and radon. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, that's the whole point of this video. Builder grade should not equal poor quality.